She does not treat people well. She's not a good manager. So when the Biden team selected her as the vice president for the 2020 race, they insisted that she had to take on Biden staff because it was clear from Kamala Harris's failed 2020 attempt to win the Democratic nomination that she's a terrible manager, she's terrible with staff, so she had to take on Biden staff. And she's tried during her 3.5 years as vice president to build up her own staff, but she can't keep them around. They just keep dropping off. Because in the end, it boils down to her and her leadership style, lack of leadership. And because of her insecurity, when she makes mistakes, when things don't go well, she can't handle the insecurity. She wants to offload it onto someone else. This is what drives a great deal of gaslighting. People can't stand how they feel, and so they blame you. And they say, you're responsible. You did this. You didn't prepare me. So the staff would do everything they could to prepare Kamala Harris, but she wouldn't show up. She wouldn't do the work. And then her ignorance would be exposed. So there's a recklessness at the core of Kamala Harris. There's a lack of conscientiousness, and there's a delusion, because in her own autobiography, she portrays herself as highly conscientious, but she's clearly not. So there's a considerable level of delusion, which means she keeps getting humiliated. Like, why do we get humiliated? Why do I get humiliated when I get out of touch with reality? When I'm not taking into adequate consideration the effect of my behavior on other people, right? Other people will then push back. They'll step on my toes. After I step on their toes, they'll push back, and I'll get humiliated because I haven't been in reality. And so Kamala Harris tends to live in a great deal of delusion. She has a vastly exaggerated sense of her own capacity for conscientiousness. And then reality trips her up again and again and again and again. She gets humiliated, such as that Lester Holt interview on NBC.